they are not going to end up in jail. They're going to end up in the productive economy, which is where we want them.
Well, there you have it, a little sample from last night's Democratic debate. And on the line right now is Simon Rosenberg, president of the New Democrat Network. He's also a 1992 War Room veteran from the Clinton campaign. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm great. Great to be here.
Okay, listen, so the debate went on last night, and it seems to me that in the Democratic race right now, it's a battle among the Democratic nominees or potential nominees over who might be best for minorities. Is that what it's about in South Carolina?
No, I mean, first of all, the next state is Nevada, right? So, I mean, unlike the Republicans, we go Nevada, South Carolina. They go South Carolina, Nevada.
Right, uh-huh.
Yeah, and then what's amazing for both races is that there's over 20 states that vote from March 1st to March 15th. It gets very wide and big very quickly. It's going to test the organizational skills and financial resources of both parties. But look, I think Hillary had a very good night last night. The reason why is she had a tough Iowa and a tough New Hampshire, and there were real questions about her candidacy. And for people who are Clinton supporters last night, they saw her calm, cool, and collected, right? I mean, she was on top of her game. She was even-keeled. I think she bested Bernie on a whole bunch of debates that she had not been able to beat him on before. And so I think she righted the ship for her. Well, I think also Bernie scored. I mean, I think, there are focus groups that show that Bernie did well with people that don't know him as well. And if you think back to the Republican debates, you heard pundits the day after saying, oh, Trump was terrible and he couldn't, he was inarticulate and all the stuff. And then in all the polls, right, he won. So I think both of them had good nights, but I would tip the scale to Hillary a little bit.
Simon, okay, if you say so, but I got to say, I have a teenage daughter. And we talk politics sometimes, and I said, "Hey,
I'm sorry for her."
and I don't guide her. I want her to reach her own conclusions. I just want to make sure that she's got the truth. And I said, "So what does Bernie Sanders stand for?" And he says he wants to get big money out of politics, and he wants to provide college and health care to all Americans, paid for by wealthy Americans and corporations. I mean, she gets it. She's 16 years old. Now, you are not 16 years old. Let me ask you this. What is Hillary Clinton's message? What does she stand for as President of the United States?
Well, what she said last night was that I'm gonna do a little bit more than Obama did. She's embracing the Obama legacy, and she's going to build on it. I mean, I think that was the clear strategic direction last night.
So she's running for the third Obama term.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because in fact, she's broken with Obama on many issues, on Syria, on healthcare, on immigration. I mean, there's frankly more distance between them than we witnessed last night in reality, right? But she's now hugging the president, saying, I'm going to be continuity, I'm going to be another, in essence, she's running as an establishment Democrat, right? I mean, that's really, and Bernie's running as an insurgent, and that became very clear last night in the orientation of the campaign, in the debate.
Far be it from me to tell Democrats how to run their campaigns. I would never want to suggest, but I've been surprised that Hillary Clinton has not come out and said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Democrat in this race. This man is not even a Democrat. What are you thinking about? He is not a Democrat. He's never run as a Democrat until now. Why isn't she using that message? Because I think that would be very effective.
Well, not only that, but she she's been attacking him for doing fundraisers for the Democratic Party and taking money from the Democratic Party. So it's a little bit hard for her now to go back and say, oh, by the way, Andy's not a Democrat, even though, so I think they made a decision that for whatever reason that wasn't going to work, and we don't really know. It's based on polling. But look, I think what's important now, right, is that, the Clinton machine is gearing up. This is going to be an incredibly rough and competitive next month. They've got to go to over 20 states. They're going to get, their resources are going to be tested. Bernie's ability to reload financially is going to give him, I think, an actual financial and organizational advantage. And Clinton, because she's struggling a little bit now, had to tap into the super PAC. I mean, the super PAC announced this morning they're going to be spending millions and millions of dollars on these early states because she doesn't have enough money now to compete at the level she needs in a highly competitive race. Bernie's got more money than her. So this is a dogfight, guys. I mean, what we saw last night, I thought, was the most combative. She knows she's in trouble, and she is gearing up the machine and fighting back, and I think it was a good night for her.
You'll agree, however, if you've been out there, you can't help but come to this conclusion, and I have been out there, is that the energy is on Bernie's side. I mean, those people are passionate.
Look, I think Bernie can win. I'm a Clinton supporter. I want to be clear. I've known Hillary for over 20 years. But I think Bernie has done an amazing job in this. The money they've raised, the passion they've engendered. And remember, it's too easy to characterize him as a leftist, just in the way that Donald Trump doesn't really fit into an easy ideological box, right? Some people call him an extremist, but he won moderate voters in New Hampshire, right? Not only did Bernie do well across all demographic groups in New Hampshire, he won independents 3-1, right? That's not a classic leftist, right? If he's winning independent voters by that margin against a Clinton, right? So part of what's going on in this race is that it doesn't fit neatly in the left-center-right divide, that we've been talking about for years and years. These candidates are redefining the terms. Bernie is a fascinating guy to me, and he's brought a lot of energy to the Democrats. And I think at the end, if Hillary wins, this period where they've fought, which has engaged tons of people, right, gotten more people involved, will be beneficial to her candidacy in the fall.
We're out of time. Simon Rosenberg, president of the New Democrat Network. Always good to have you. You've known her for 30 years. Did she ever send you emails when she was Secretary of State? Oh, never mind. I don't want to drag you into this.
Larry, I want to say it right now. I didn't have her email address.
All right, we'll leave it there. 8:43. Thanks, Simon.